So over the next coming weeks, Expresso has partnered with General Motors, taking a look at their hottest and brand new deals. And who better to talk to us about cars than our car expert, Chiro from Overdrive TV. Dude, nice to see you, man.
Hello, Ewan. How are you?
Not too bad. Listen, what little black number are you bringing us this morning?
Okay, so the theme of the morning is black and white.
Black
and that's
and white.
why you look like you're going to a party in Miami, and I am wearing a white T-shirt.
Look, this car suits my outfit this morning, all right?
It does.
I'm feeling it.
You're dressed perfectly. So basically what Chevrolet have done is that they've taken their very popular Sonic model and their Sparks model as well, and they've released 200 special edition black and white cars. So you can only have this car in carbon flash black or snowflake white, and it comes with black wheels as well, all as standard, with a couple of extra features which we'll get to in a minute.
I love this color, and especially with the orange pops on the mirrors.
Yeah, that's called Orange Rock.
Orange Rock.
Yeah.
It really gives us this sporty feel.
Very funky.
Eh? Very funky indeed. All right, man. Let's talk about this car. Where does it sit in the markets? Basically?
Okay, cool. Cars like the Hyundai i20 are this car's biggest competitor, but I actually think there's quite a few things about this car which gives it the foot up on a couple of its competitors, and especially in the interior, which I'll show you in a bit. The one part I'm not particularly sold on is the engine. It's a 1.6 naturally aspirated petrol. Okay. That means there's no turbo or anything. So if you're on the reef, it will lose a little bit of power. I think Chevrolet has better engines for this car, the 1.4 turbo in particular, but that is a little bit more expensive.
Okay, but this is pretty much for the young, trendy individual, or maybe a young family starting out. I mean, a good little car to
That's the thing. Chevrolet is taking advantage of tuning culture out there. A lot of kids are spending money on their cars. They buy the car, then they take it and they have the wheels sprayed black, everything for you. So Chevrolet is just doing that all for you.
I love it. Okay, let's take a look at the interior, because from what I can see, it looks quite stylish.
I think this is probably the highlight of the car. It's going to beep a bit, so I'll close the door for us once we're in. But Chevrolet has fitted the MyLink system as standard in here, and I think it's one of the best touchscreen systems on the market, not just in this segment. And I think it's one of the only touchscreens actually in this segment. Basically, you can connect to your phone via Bluetooth or cable, and then you can play music, you can browse through apps as well. So you could, for instance, listen to internet radio stations in your car.
That is brilliant. I mean, especially for this car to come with this facility. I mean, to put something like this in aftermarket, I mean, it's going to cost you a pretty penny.
It's going to cost a lot of money. And like we were doing earlier, you can actually control your phone. Ewan's connected his phone. So you can control the phone through here. There we go.
And you stop it again, just like that.
It's very cool. No, I'm really impressed by this. So there's the smartphone link there, a couple of apps, that sort of thing. You can run that tune-in app. It's very cool, very colourful. I like this a lot.
So there we go, to different audios. You can choose FM,
AM, FM. There's so many options.
Jeez, and this is really easy to use as well.
Yeah, I'm super impressed by that.
But I mean, the whole layout in terms of what they've done, I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, I love the speedometer as well with the electronic display.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. That digital speedo. It's what they call aqua blue. But it's quite cool to see in this end of the market. And of course, steering wheel controls as well are really nice. So your volume and everything, so you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. But this car is cleverly packaged. And I actually wanted to show you how much space there is in the back seat.
Well, there's enough space in front, as is.
Yeah, and what we've done is we've asked a cameraman to sit in the back. And look, he's over 6 foot tall, and look at that. There's lots of space for him.
He looks rather comfy.
Very happy back there.
I mean, this is what I love. It is a small car, but yet they've used the space so cleverly.
They really have. I'm actually impressed by the packaging. And the boot is quite big as well, and there's a full-size spare. And of course, you get this orange rock spoiler at the back as well. So the whole package comes together quite nicely.
Yeah. All right, boot space. Everyone's always asking about it. And I mean, when it comes to a smaller car, normally not that much.
Well, underneath this very fashionable spoiler is a very decent boot. And what I'm quite impressed by as well is they've managed to give you a decent boot and give you a full spare wheel. And I think that's really important in South Africa.
That is pretty impressive. I mean, it really is a nice size boot. I mean, I can fit in there. And you can try it as well, but I'm not going to go for it now.
I don't think I would. So I suppose you want to know how much this all costs.
You know, everything put together, it's beautiful with the orange rock, like you said, you know, the rims painted black. I mean, what are we looking at?
As I mentioned, there are only 200 of these available. 205,700 Rand, but that's about not much more than the actual base model price, what this car is based on. So I think that's actually a bit of a bargain for all the extras that they're throwing in. But buying tip, for 230 grand, you can have the Chevy Sonic RS, which I think is a much better car.
I love it. Well, beautiful, trendy little car nonetheless. Thank you so much for coming through. Remember, if you want to catch the latest car updates, follow Chiro on Twitter. It's @ChiroDS. All of it will be there for you. Dude, where's that keys, man? I want to give it a
I don't know.
Come on.
Not mine. It's not mine.
I'm going to go play with the touchscreen. How's that?
16-inch alloys, color accents and Chevrolet's MyLink system, the limited edition Sonic. Chevrolet, find new roads.